Sean McGinnis here at Gamescom 2011, where I've got Pete Hines here from Bethesda here to tell us a little bit about Skyrim. Pete, the demo that you just ran us through is really focused on what happens when you get off the beaten path, stop caring about, quests and stories, and just go explore the world. Can you give us a sense of how big the world is in this game in terms of just things to find and explore out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's easily the biggest game that we've made in terms of amount of custom created content in a given space. So size-wise, it's probably about the same as Oblivion for folks who played Oblivion, but it's much more dense in terms of the amount of content within that space. Folks that are familiar with Fallout 3, it's several times larger than Fallout 3 in terms of number of dungeons, number of quests, that kind of thing. So it's huge, and there are literally hundreds of hours worth of stuff to do in the game.
Now, you focused quite a bit on what happens when you go out into this world and find all these items that might not seem entirely useful at first, but they actually become very useful when you explore the crafting system, the potion system, and all that. Can you give us an idea of what sort of work went into those elements of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the idea was that we wanted to put, you do find a lot of stuff in the world, and giving more meaning to that stuff was fun. So, you've always been able to, get different kinds of meats off of creatures you killed and eat them, and the benefits of those were, fairly small. We've added a new system now for cooking, for example, where you can take food and different types of ingredients, and when you select special cook fires, you can cook food and take those items that give you a little bit of a boost and get a much bigger boost out of them, so that you get a restoration of health for a couple of minutes, that kind of thing. So food items having more meaning, things like animal hides, the ability to now go off and mine and create your own armor and weapons, and you can also upgrade your armor and weapons. So just trying to put a lot more effort into customization, the ability to go out and find your own stuff, to make your own stuff. You can make your own armor, you can enchant your own armor. It's not the kind of thing that everybody who plays the game is going to do, but it's out there, and it's one more thing for folks to do and spend time doing to make the game, their own experience.
Now, one of the other interesting things that you mentioned here during the demo is that you guys have a much bigger team of level designers working on these dungeons, making sure that they all stand out from one another. That seems to me like even more incentive to go exploring, because the dungeons aren't quite as samey as they were before.
No, absolutely. I mean, we obviously took a big step up between Oblivion and Fallout 3 in terms of the size of that staff and moving it out of the artist's role into more of a specialized role. Skyrim is really, another step down the path for those guys. Easily some of the best gameplay in the game is our dungeons, because they're so diverse, there's so many of them, and with the traps and puzzles, little backstories you find, things that are going on, it's great, and the world is so full of them that no matter where you're walking and where you're going, there's probably a dungeon somewhere nearby. And we continue to use our compass to pop up location icons to let you know, hey, there's something over here, there's something over here. Maybe it's a woman out in her old shack, maybe it's an actual dungeon, but there's always ways to find cool new content near you.
Well, I appreciate your time very much. One last question I've got for you before I let you go. When is Skyrim going to be out in stores?
Skyrim will be out for PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3 on 11/11/11.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.